Alright, what is up, y'all? We're going to start with Matthew 1. So, the genealogy of Jesus the Messiah. The recording of the genealogy of Jesus the Messiah, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham fathered Isaac, Isaac fathered Jacob, and Jacob fathered Judah and his brothers. Judah fathered Perez and Zerah by Tamar. Perez fathered Hezron, and Hezron fathered Ram. Ram fathered Amminadab. Amminadab fathered Nahshon, and Nahshon fathered Salmon. Salmon fathered Boaz by Rahab. Boaz fathered Obed by Ruth, and Obed fathered Jesse. Jesse fathered David the king. David fathered Solomon by her who had been the wife of Uriah. Solomon fathered Rehoboam. Rehoboam fathered Abijah. Abijah fathered Asa. Asa fathered Jehoshaphat. Jehoshaphat fathered Joram, and Joram fathered Uzziah. Uzziah fathered Jotham, and Jotham fathered Ahaz, and Ahaz fathered Hezekiah, and Hezekiah fathered Manasseh. Manasseh fathered Amon, and Amon fathered Josiah. Josiah fathered Jeconiah and his brothers, and at the time of the deportation to Babylon. After the deportation to Babylon, Jeconiah fathered Shealtiel, and Shealtiel fathered Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel fathered Abihud. Abihud fathered Eliakim, and Eliakim fathered Azor. Azor fathered Zadok. Zadok fathered Akim, and Akim fathered Eliud. Eliud fathered Eleazar, and Eleazar fathered Mathan. And Mathan fathered Jacob, and Jacob fathered Joseph, the husband of Mary, by whom Jesus was born, who was called the Messiah. So basically, this is just setting up the royal bloodline through David, and just explaining that. So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations, from David to the deportation to Babylon, 14 generations, and from the deportation to Babylon to the Messiah, 14 generations. Conception, birth of Jesus. What I'd like to note here really quick is you can kind of see the just the similarity between the numbers 14, 14, 14. Conception and birth of Jesus. Now the birth of Jesus the Messiah was as follows. When his mother Mary, who had been betrothed to Joseph before they came together, she was found to be pregnant by the Holy Spirit. And her husband Joseph, since he was a righteous man and did not want to disgrace her, planned to send her away secretly. But when he had thought this over, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary as your wife, for the child who has been conceived in her is of the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you shall name him Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. Now, all this took place so that what was spoken by the Lord through this prophet would be fulfilled. Behold, the virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they shall name him Emmanuel. And what you can kind of see throughout a lot of the New Testament books is the reference to the Old Testament prophecies. So like Isaiah, which is blessed are the feet who preach the gospel, or like, and they reference a lot of Isaiah, like I think chapter 53. Which translate, I think I read, and they shall name Emmanuel, which translated means God with us. And Joseph awoke from his sleep and did as the angel of the Lord commanded him, and took Mary as his wife, but kept her a virgin until she gave birth to a son, and he named him Jesus. So you can kind of see the faith, that Joseph had, because he's probably thinking like, my wife cheated on me, but whatever. But he goes through and he listens to the dream, and it's a great act of faith. All right. So